morning. Welcome to Ocala Talks. I'm your host, Tom Schmitz, coming to you live from the studios of WOCA Radio, just off the runway at the Ocala International Airport. I'm joined every morning by Galen Udall from Life South. He's brought to you by the good folks at Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center. We'd like to thank Palm Garden. They're located at 2700 Southwest 34th Street. They offer skilled nursing, physical, occupational, and speech therapies. If you have any questions how they're handling the COVID-19 pandemic, give Palm Garden a call, 352-854-6262. We'd also like to thank Penn Flooring, family-owned and operated, serving Marion County for over 30-plus years. They owe every bit of their success to their unrivaled customer service. They have experience in both the commercial and residential flooring fields. Go see their fantastic showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street here in Ocala, or give them a call, 352-351-3420. We'd also like to thank Just Shipped. They've flipped the script on shipping. Instead of you having to package up your item and go stand in line and waste your time and valuable time and money taking time out of your day, you just set up an appointment with Just Shipped for a small fee, a flat rate packaging fee, if applicable. They come pick up your item. They package it for you. They do all the legwork standing in line. They take all the time and energy, saving you not only money, but your precious time as well. JustShipped.net for more information. Galen, good morning. Are you in the ATL as we speak?
Yes, I am. Yeah.
I stayed up late last night to watch. I wanted to gauge just how much my Atlanta Braves really had a chance or non-chance of actually going very far in the postseason, and it was explained to me very clearly they have no shot at all.
Yeah. Well, one game doesn't make a season and all that, or a series, but what is kind of remarkable is just how good the teams at the top are. Right. I mean, you look at the Red Sox, you look at the Giants and the Dodgers, and even the Padres. They're just better.
I don't know that I'd put the Red Sox in there after the shellacking they took last night
from
the Rays.
No. I did not mention the Red Sox.
Yeah, you said Red Sox. We could rewind the tape. You said Red Sox.
Well, that's just pure habit out of me. The Rays, the Dodgers, the Giants. They're the best teams, right? The Astros, I think you could put in there. They're complete teams. And I think everybody else has these flaws that, and the playoffs are just going to really expose.
Well, I thought,
for the Red Sox,
I thought
if they can't hit the ball right now, and they have no bullpen.
I thought the Braves taking 2 out of 3 from the Giants over the weekend. I was excited about that. And then that lineup of the Dodgers, there's not an easy out anywhere in that lineup for the Dodgers. No, from 1 to 9, there's not an easy out.
And once they get their pitching figured out, I think they'll be all right. Mookie Betts is starting to play a little better.
Oh, he crushed the ball last night. He just crushed it.
Yeah. And he's been fighting these little nagging injuries all season. And that can just destroy everything about a hitter with his timing, and then he adjusts, and then he gets more upper body than lower body, and it gets out of sync. So, I think the Dodgers are the best team on paper in baseball. The Giants are an incredibly complete team. And then in the American League, I think it really comes down to 2 teams, and it's the Rays and the Astros. And by the way, that's why you play 162 games. Right, you play that.
Cream comes to the top.
That's correct. It exposes who you are as a team, and that's why I'm okay with only 4 teams making the playoffs.
I'm
like
fair.
4 total,
not
4
24.
Yeah, not 4 in each league.
Right.
4 total.
Hey,
right? I would be okay if 2 teams played for the pennant every year.
By the way, I just got a Facebook message. You guys opened up with sports. How are you not talking about Afghanistan? I'm tired of Afghanistan. Okay, that's how.
Well,
and it's my show. That's why.
Well, and that's exactly what the administration expects, right? That's exactly what they want this to go away. They want the citizens to become tired of it. They don't want them to become tired of COVID, but they definitely want you to become tired of Afghanistan. And they know if they quit talking about it, the news won't have anything to report. So, yeah, and it's unfortunate we lost. The Taliban won. I don't think there's any way you can slice it any differently. You know, they have all of our gear. They invaded. They took over the airport in our gear.
Yeah.
You know, that should be the legacy of Afghanistan, and I'm not blaming this on one president, because there's been 4 in office since we got in there, right? There's been 4. And I don't think you look at any of them and go, well, he did it right. Nope.
No.
Nope. Because I think it was a flawed plan from the get-go.
Bush didn't do it right. Obama didn't do it right. Trump didn't do it right. And Biden has certainly not done it right. I'll agree with that 100%.
And if we're going to rank them 1 to 4, I think we could easily do that. I don't think anybody's done it worse than Biden.
No.
But it's George Bush is the one who got us there, so he's probably the most to blame. You know, so yeah.
Well, some people would say the search for Bin Laden got us there, but he was found in Pakistan, by the way.
Correct. I mean, you can make excuses to invade any country. I mean, we should have invaded Saudi Arabia then. But again, that's rehashing history. I thought what Trump wanted to do made sense. But if this was indeed his plan, we see what a fiasco that was, and I'm not completely sure that was the plan. So it's hard to say, because there was completely new military leadership with Biden, you know, and they are incredibly their politics are vastly different than the previous administration's politics. Vastly
different. But that's right. Okay, so we've talked about it now, guys. So there you go. There's our morning update on Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Okay.
The whole thing sucks. I think we can all agree with that.
100%.
Right? The whole
100%.
thing sucks.
The way it's been handled for 20 years has sucked. Exactly.
Yeah.
We can all agree the way it's been handled for 20 years sucks. And we'll just go with that. Hey, let's take a break real quick. We'll be right back after this timeout. You listen to 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Are you or your loved one being released from a hospital and wondering how you'll manage? Inform your physician that you want to go to Palm Garden of Ocala at 2700 Southwest 34th Street for your rehabilitation. Palm Garden provides pain management, post-discharge follow-up, diabetic care, psychosocial support, and so much more. Plus, they even offer outpatient rehab. This award-winning care facility has a team of licensed professionals dedicated to enhancing your independence. Call 352-854-6262 today.
Are you wasting time boxing up packages and going to the post office or the UPS store? Are you tired of not knowing what you'll pay when you get there? Just Ship offers pickup service and flat rate packaging and postage rates, which takes the guesswork out of shipping while saving you time and money. So quit wasting valuable time and money. Call or text Just Ship at 352-234-3840. That's 352-234-3840. Just Shipped.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back to Ocala Talk. Galen, you know, on the phone lines with us. Galen, I saw an article yesterday, and I'd forgot about this. And it was talking about the debacle that's going on in Nebraska right now. And Scott Frost is having a terrible time in his alma mater. He left a situation at UCF where, if you ask me, if he'd have stayed at UCF and stayed the way he was going, he could have made UCF the 21st century Florida State. The way Bobby Bowden played anybody, anywhere, anytime, that's what Scott Frost was doing. UCF was being very good at it. He was recruiting Florida good. He had a chance to stay at UCF for a long, long time, turn that program into a major program the same way Bobby Bowden did it. In my opinion, he had that opportunity there. But he goes to his alma mater. I understand when your alma mater comes knocking, that's a special thing to go back to your alma mater. I get that. But he goes back to his alma mater. Now they're under investigation. There's all kinds of situations. They stink. They're not a very good football team. And the article I read said, remember, folks, Chip Kelly at UCLA and Scott Frost at Nebraska were in line before Dan Mullen for the Florida job. Remember, some of the best things, they quoted Garth Brooks, some of your best things are unanswered prayers. And where would Florida be? And I know you can say what if, and he would still recruit Florida and everything, but from the way UCLA looks and the way Nebraska looks, Florida did good by not being able to get either one of those guys in town.
I don't know about that. That's not apples and oranges in any way, shape, or form. What you don't know about that investigation with Nebraska is who's involved, right? It could have been somebody on his staff. There's some uncertainty there.
Well, the NCAA never investigates properly. We know that.
Well, that's my whole point. And we also know that the NCAA and their special relationship with the SEC is completely different.
Yeah, because the money, the lion's share of the money the NCAA makes is because of the SEC.
Okay, so an honest question. Give me, and my feelings about the SEC, so I'm laying that out in the front. Give me one example outside of the 80s and early 90s of a program being properly investigated in the SEC. And I can tell you a lot of
by the way,
smoke, right?
by the way, the answer to your question is none.
Right, but in that same timeline, we have the situation with Cam Newton, where admittedly his father supposedly got $40,000.
Yeah, the NCAA investigated that. The NCAA investigated that. Nothing came of it.
Right, and the word on the street was he got more like $400,000.
Oh, it was so illegal. I agree with what you're saying. The NCAA,
okay.
The NCAA walks into an investigation with the SEC with a blind man's cane, dark glasses on, asking where the piano is because they can play the piano real well. They don't investigate the SEC at all. They give it a cursory. We're looking into it and don't do anything. I agree with that.
So let's not throw, the same shade at Nebraska that this would have happened in Florida. Not necessarily.
No, I'm not saying that.
Again,
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that not the investigation. I'm saying the way he's not winning, the way Chip Kelly wasn't winning the first 3 years.
You're going to get completely different players in Nebraska. And Chip Kelly's done a heck of a job at Notre Dame.
No, at
UCLA. Chip Kelly hasn't done a wonderful.
Not Chip Kelly. Not Chip Kelly. Yeah, Chip Kelly, not Brian Kelly. You're talking about Brian Kelly at Notre Dame.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Chip Kelly's at UCLA.
Chip Kelly hasn't done much at UCLA yet. Right. You're correct.
And those were the two. The Gator Nation wanted Chip Kelly or Scott Frost. That's who they wanted.
But they haven't they're not done yet either. And the recruiting's better in Florida. We know that. I actually think Scott Frost is a heck of a coach.
Oh, so do I.
And I think if anybody can turn Nebraska around, it's him. I just don't think Nebraska has the pull now. They don't have the facilities, right? And what is illegal anymore? You can pay kids. You just have to pay them the right way.
Certainly. And here's the thing. I firmly believe Scott Frost, and I know you got to go to your alma mater. I understand why he took the job. But Bobby Bowden got lucky. His alma mater was Sanford. It was not a move up. It would be a move down. So when it came open, he didn't take that job. He stayed at Florida State. But Scott Frost, he had a chance at UCF to be really, really special. I firmly believe that. I firmly believe he could have put UCF to where there'd have been Florida, Florida State, UCF, and Miami. Instead of the big three, there'd have been the big four.
No way. He's not playing in the right conference.
No, Florida State didn't play in the right conference originally. Florida State was an independent. They were an independent.
Yeah, correct. And look at all the other independents there were back then. Penn State, by the way, was an independent. Notre Dame, independent. We could go on and on and on. There were not these super conferences.
But he would have moved if he'd kept winning and played the big time, because his out of conference schedule were big schools. If he kept playing those, he gets invited to one of these super conferences. UCF gets because the TV dollars in Orlando gets invited. Oh yes, it does.
They've been saying that since they started football. They're doing a fine job. This hire they made is, by the way, terrible.
Yeah,
it's terrible. The program will take a giant step backwards. I think FSU knows that better than anybody.
Yeah.
I'm not completely sold that USF or UCF can have sustained greatness.
Yep, people thought the same thing in 1977 about FSU too.
Well, but look how long it took for him to get there. Right? It took a long time, and at the time, Florida was terrible.
Terrible.
Right. And Miami was just starting to emerge.
Yes, but when Scott Frost was at the pinnacle of winning at UCF, Miami was not good. Florida State was not good. Florida was not good.
But they could still out recruit UCF. Nobody was saying, "Oh, I'd rather go to UCF than FSU." No one. No one.
Yeah, well, nobody when Bobby Bowden was recruiting early said would rather go to Florida State than Florida, and Florida was terrible, and Florida was still the college everybody went to.
Let me think about that for a second.
Florida was still the number one school in the state.
Just hear me out. So in '78, Bobby was running a pro-type offense, right? And Florida was running this, we're going to run the ball 75 times.
Hey, John Brantley was good. Leave him alone.
I know. I'm just trying to compare it, right? And then this thing happened in Miami. By the way, I think every one of their big top-time stars were paid, and they just kept people local.
Well, Bobby said his recruitment statement was, you can go to Florida and play maybe, or you can come to Florida State and start right now.
Correct.
That was his recruiting.
And that worked. That's absolutely correct. And it worked. But every high school player expects to play right away now.
Yeah, and on TV now.
Everybody's on TV.
Everybody's on TV. Georgia Southern, all 12 games at Georgia Southern's on TV this year.
Correct. There you go.
So everybody's on TV. TV is no longer the big draw. And that was Bobby. That's what the advantage Bobby had was Bobby got to tell his recruits, look, we're going to play USC. We're going to play Notre Dame. We're going to play Oklahoma. We're going to play Nebraska. We're on TV every week. In 1978, that was a big deal.
Correct.
I still believe Scott Frost could have did something special if he'd have stayed at UCF. That's just my own opinion.
Okay.
But I think he could have done something special.
I just don't, I'm not
But the reason we started this conversation was Florida fans seem to forget Dan Mullen wasn't even on the radar. It was Chip Kelly and Scott Frost. And sometimes the things you don't get work out better for you than the things you get.
I always thought that he was on the radar.
No, he was on the radar of Scott. He was on the radar of Scott Strickland. He was not on the radar of Florida fans. The orange and blue glasses Florida fan.
I think he was the only guy he was looking at. I think Strickland was like, this is my chance to hire. And it also, he knew
I know categorically. I know for a fact categorically that you're wrong. I know for a fact Chip Kelly was the number one choice. I know that for a fact. Okay. I was working with the guys who got Scott Strickland right here at the Ocala airport at 11:30 at night when he come back from visiting Chip Kelly. I know Chip Kelly was the number one choice of the Florida Gators when he was available. I know that is fact.
Okay. Yeah. I I know that. I know you talk about that. So, but again, you're right. We'll see. We'll see. It all depends on who the quarterback is this year. And
Emory Jones is the quarterback.
What have you? It is we don't know anything about him.
He's a Dak Prescott clone, according to everything you've heard. I don't know if that's true or not.
Again, we don't know anything about him at the college level.
You do not. We've seen him run 6 or 7 plays a game for.
Dak Prescott was a bad replica of Tim Tebow.
Yes, he was.
Right. So are we 3 generations?
Well, no. According to the NFL, Dak Prescott was better than Tim Tebow because Dak Prescott's in the NFL getting top quarterback money.
Huh? Okay.
I mean, look, Jerry Jones paid him top quarterback money, so Jerry Jones must think he's better than Tim Tebow. I'm with you. I think he was a poor man's imitation of Tebow, but no, okay. Jerry Jones doesn't seem to think so.
No, he's not a very good quarterback. He's not. I'll put it this way. He's not a top 20 quarterback in the NFL.
But he's getting paid like one, which boggles my mind.
That's not the point.
I know. It boggles my mind. He's getting. No, you can't. He is. Yeah, he
sells tickets.
He does, but he's not a top 20. He's not a top 20 quarterback in the NFL. I agree with you 100%. 100%. I agree with you. Not, it's just. Yeah. But, I remember Florida fans, and I'm a Gator fan. Don't get me wrong, but I don't wear orange and blue glasses 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So I see a little different than diehard, true blue Bull Gator fans. And let's be honest, Coach Mullen's done a good job. He's gotten Florida back to where, there's talk that they're the second best team in the East. But is second best really where you want to be? Even this year,
I don't think they're going to do any better.
Even this year, the consensus is Georgia is much better than Florida in the East, and the consensus is nobody's as good as Alabama, period, anyway.
Well, I just think they're a giant leap away. Until they get a running back, right? Go back to the great Florida teams. They always had that special running back.
Chris, you had, and somebody goes, well, Urban Meyer didn't. Yeah, he did. His name was Tim Tebow. Percy Harvin.
They had some. Yeah,
right.
Go back and look.
Yeah.
Because they just did it a different way.
Right, they did it a different way. But the number one running back for that Gator team was Tim Tebow.
Correct. That's exactly right. And until this team can run the ball, enforce their will, and that also starts with the offensive linemen. I don't think Florida does a very good job of recruiting offensive linemen. I looked at who their top linemen are coming in. I'm like, ooh.
Well, if they had done a pretty good job at recruiting linemen, they'd have played Laramie Tunsil, whatever he wanted to get paid to come to Florida. Anyway, hey Galen, where's the Bloodmobile located in Marion County today? Because you're in Fulton County, not with us. So tell us where we got to go in Marion County.
Yeah, actually, today we're at the Planet Fitness right there on Mary Camp, so come see us there. But as always, we're right there on the boulevard, 1607 East Silver Springs Boulevard. This storm has put a big hamper on our collection, so we need every single unit we can get. So please just get out there, give the life, donate blood.
Talk to you tomorrow. Have fun in Atlanta.
All right. Bye, all.
Galen, from Life South. We'll be right back after a short timeout.
Broadcasting from the Ocala International Airport.